for you on this
got
card.
questions on cars now.
The cars, my brother.
Where's this, man?
Come on, G. See, this is how the topic starts, G.
Okay.
Trust me.
I ain't seen this before.
Mad.
I want the little guy that didn't grow.
Yeah.
Didn't he die?
Oh, man.
Saying I watched the Michael Jackson movie the other day.
Yeah.
And I came out of it and I felt sorry for Joe Jackson. I might run shop and get a juice quickly, you know.
Swear down.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm mad thirsty. All right, go on. If I don't want to answer it, I'll just not answer it, bro. You can ask it.
Are you ready, yeah?
You can ask any question.
Okay.
Just...
Yeah? Stop this.
So I'm not getting that water no more, now I've got to buy a drink.
No, do you want the water, bro?
I was happy to take the water. Yeah.
You want it?
Nah, you might poison me, man.
What's going on, people? And welcome to A.M.S. Productions YouTube channel. My name is Micah, and I'm your host for today. In today's show, we're going to be talking about balancing work and entrepreneurship with a very good friend of mine from east side of that London. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. T. My brother, thank you very much for being here.
No problems, bro.
I appreciate that, bro. It's good to have you here.
No doubt.
So, we're going to get straight to it today. We're going to start with some icebreaker questions, bro.
All right.
2 to 3 questions, and then we dive a bit deeper. So I'm going to shuffle these questions for you.
You got questions on cars now.
The cars, my brother.
Where's this, man?
Come on, G. See, this is how the topic starts, G.
Okay.
Trust me.
I ain't seen this before.
Trust me, bro. We're trying to do it different, man. So I'm going to shuffle this. And you're going to pick it yourself, G, yeah? Right, so pick a card.
Just pick a card, yeah?
Any card.
All right, cool.
I mean,
Mad. Last time I cried.
When was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried, yeah?
Yeah.
That
Be honest, bro. Be honest.
You know what? The wickedest thing is the only thing that sets out of my mind, yeah? Sticks out of my mind is, and I probably cried after this.
Yeah.
But the last time I remember crying,
Yeah.
because I don't cry for normal things. I don't cry at funerals.
Of course.
I don't cry at breakups. I don't cry. You know what I mean? The things normally cry out.
Yeah.
The last time I cried was the last episode of The Fresh Prince. Yeah, bro. When it's all wrapping it up, and there's something about the end of like eras
Okay.
that just gets me.
Okay.
So yeah, there's all wrapping it up, and I don't know why. It just felt like the end of my childhood era.
What scene was that? Was that the scene ending, or was it like a particular scene in there that made you burst out, or was it just knowing that the show was going to come to end?
Firstly, just clarify, I didn't burst out. You know, it was like trickles, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the episode, they done like a wrap-up thing where they kind of feigned the audience and all the cast come out and all of that.
Okay.
And yeah, bro, I just started trickling. I don't know why, I can't explain it. It just, the tears trickled.
Now, Fresh Prince was definitely like a family show. I think everyone loved the Fresh Prince. I don't even remember the last scene. That's how bad it is.
And it was an era, man. Like I say, your childhood, I'm growing up watching Fresh Prince, and it was like the end of an era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you. All right, bro. Any other shows you was watching?
Yeah, of course, man. When I was a kid.
What show did I'm trying to remember a good show I used to watch. I think for me it was more like Dragon Ball Z. But in terms of like sitcoms, I think you had the Fresh Prince and you had Different Strokes.
I never liked Dragon Ball Z, you know.
Swear down. What about Different Strokes? Remember Different Strokes?
Yeah, that's going way back.
Way back in it.
So there was Different Strokes and there was Different Worlds.
Yeah.
I think Different Strokes was the one with the little black kid and had like a white foster appearance. Yeah.
Did you hear what happened to him?
I want the little guy that didn't grow.
Yeah.
Didn't he die?
He died, but did you hear how his parents managed his money?
Nah.
Yeah, his parents finessed his money, bro.
Oh, they fixed it?
Yeah, that's how he ended up broke.
Oh, shit.
All that money he was making from the show, I don't know if like he was his real father and mother, but his parents took everything, cleaned him out. By the time he realized it, he was flat broke.
That can happen, man. But did he have like alcohol issues or something when he was...
I think that came after.
Okay.
I think that came from the realization of understanding like, the people I trusted literally took everything from man.
Saying I watched the Michael Jackson movie the other day,
Yeah.
and I came out of it and I felt sorry for Joe Jackson.
You see, this is why you're my brother.
Okay, I thought it's just me, you know.
This is why you're my brother. I felt the same.
Yeah,
and I left
bro.
and I was thinking, you know what? They're trying to do something to this guy and I don't like it.
So look, my point of view is,
Yeah.
this guy was working in a fucking steel mill.
Yeah.
You know how many hours you're working in a steel mill? How much hard work that is?
Yeah.
And you come home,
Yeah.
and you get your little kids out of bed,
Yeah.
and now you're teaching them to dance.
Yeah.
And have the patience, because they couldn't sing and dance to begin with. You have the patience to teach them to sing and dance.
Yeah.
After 12-hour shit to the steel mill, that's madness.
Right.
That's
I
dedication.
didn't like how they made the guy look out to be. I think they did a bit too much in his character. And I think a lot of people misunderstood him. There were certain things he said in the movie that I saw where he was coming from.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I've got the dynamic, because I think for the other Jackson brothers, I don't think they hated Joe as much.
Yeah.
Because they was more like masculine boys.
Yeah.
I think for Michael's little sensitive ass,
Yeah.
you had Joe and then Michael being mad sensitive, and that was just, it didn't work. So Michael's perception of this guy was he's a monster who just takes his butt off all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone grew up getting licks in them days, you know what I mean? It weren't nothing. I'm watching them thinking, they didn't get no super licks. They just got belts.
Yeah.
They ain't no super licks.
So bro, this is what I think personally. So when he left the family, the group, he left the group, do you think him signing to who he signed to was a good decision or a bad decision?
You know what? You know where from my mind?
Yeah.
Barry Gordy, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, if you know about the music industry and like the whole kind of line of predators, there's a lot of rumors about Barry Gordy.
Yeah.
And like what he done to people that passed on to like the next line and kind of gave birth to the P. Diddy's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I look at this young boy being taken by Barry Gordy from his family, I'm like, I wonder if there's a story there.
Yeah, there is.
You know what I mean?
You know there is, but they'll never pull it out there, bro.
Nah.
I personally think he made a huge mistake. You know what, bro? I don't even believe in people signing record deals, bro. Especially if you're as big as that. You can always be independent and doing yourself. So I literally feel like him signing that deal, he set himself up.
You see, with a record deal, you're signing essentially your contacts. So I spent a long time in the music industry.
I'll swear down.
And it's what they can provide. It's the distribution. It's the links to radio.
Okay.
It's the international distribution.
Okay.
The links to all these companies abroad. Being able to set up concerts, all of those things they can facilitate that you're kind of, that's what they provide.
Right.
I've got nothing against record companies making back the money, because you spend out a lot of money as a record company to make a star.
Okay.
But obviously they just try and get too much back. So the record contracts and companies, not necessarily bad, but it's just the contracts that they're given. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still need them. Independent artists, you can do so much if you know the game.
Right. All right, cool. So let's pick another card. This time, don't share it to yourself. Just give it to man.
All right.
Yeah.
So I can't look at it.
I can't look at it, bro.
All right, cool.
Oh, I think it's a good one. What do you think has been the biggest technological development in your lifetime?
Microwaves.
Microwaves.
Nah, man, no. Obviously the internet, innit?
Yeah, the internet.
Yeah, man. It's changed everything.
Yeah, the internet is, I think it's changed everything and it's ruined a lot as well.
Probably, but I think in terms of information, you had a system of control that's been in place since for as long as the world has existed, you know what I mean?
Right.
People have tried to control it. And then when you had the inception of the media in the first place, it was all done under a controlled umbrella.
Okay.
So you can control the narrative, you control messaging, you control what people think.
Okay.
And when the internet came along, was the first breakaway from that umbrella.
Okay.
So you had a chance now to get real information, to get like an actual view of the real world outside of what they want to show you.
Yeah.
Now I think you're at a point where those systems that control the media have seen this and they're like, oh, okay, how do we counter it? We flood it with bare misinformation, bullshit. So now you don't know what's what.
Yeah.
You're no longer going to the internet for like real information that you're not getting in the mainstream.
Yeah.
You're going to the internet and you're getting, you don't know whether that's real, that's
yeah.
fake, that's fake. Is that AI?
AI now.
And that's where we are right now.
You can't even tell the difference between a real video and a fake video.
Exactly.
You see certain videos and you have to question whether it's real or not. And we're seeing the world in literally 4K now, bro.
Yeah.
We're seeing everything that's going around the world. Like, yeah, it's crazy out here, bro. It's crazy out here. You watch sci-fi movies?
Yeah, I like sci-fi.
Yeah, I love. So, have you watched Oblivion?
Which one is Oblivion? Is that the one with?
What's this guy? Morgan Freeman, is that his name?
Okay.
Bro, is that his name?
I'm Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, is that his
name?
Yeah,
that's an actor, yeah. He might not be the right one,
him,
but it's an
and I
actor.
think is Tom Cruise in the movie. I think that's a very good movie.
What happens in it?
So it's like something happens where there's like an apocalypse, but then the internet takes over the world. The robots take over. And I think, long story short, if I can remember, they end up going into space and figuring out that it's a robot that controls the whole world.
Oh man, I can't even remember that, but the name's definitely familiar.
I think that's what it is anyway.
I might rush off and get a juice quickly, you know.
Swear down.
Yeah, I'm mad thirsty. All right, go on.
One more question, and then we'll.
All right, take a halftime break, hydration break.
Should I ask this one? All right, let's go. What would you choose to do on a day off if you had no other commitments?
What would I do on a day off if I had no other commitments?
Yeah.
Depends how I feel on that day. I might want to rest. I might want to go do something. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that question.
Swear that. Okay, we're gonna do another one then.
All right.
I'm gonna pick another one, and then bro wants to drink. I got water if you want, bro.
What, like bottled water that's like not open?
Bottled water.
Yeah, that too. Just need hydration.
Is personal or I've got to be careful what I ask people, bro.
All right. If I don't want to answer it, I'll just not answer it, bro. You can ask it.
Are you ready? Yeah.
You can ask any question.
Okay.
Just.
What is your favorite memory of your grandparents?
Favorite memory of my grandparents? My grandparents lived in America when I was a kid.
Okay.
So all my friends would be going back to Jamaica.
Okay.
St. Lucia, Dominique, wherever they're, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Whereas me on my 60s holiday, I would go to America.
Yeah.
So I always loved that. So my favorite memories are just being in Florida with my grandparents. They lived in New York, and then they moved to like Dallas.
Okay.
So just going to see them, I got to see like a lot of America, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, just going to see them in America.
All right, my brother. So you want to drink? We're gonna do a 2-minute break.
Oh yeah, let me see.
And then you can grab a drink, bro.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Let me stop this.
So I'm not getting that water no more. Now I got to buy a drink.
No, do you want the water, bro?
I was happy to take the water.
You want the water, but it's because I've opened it.
Okay.
But it's cold, bro. It's
yeah.
proper. You want it?
Nah, you might poison me, man. Plenty of time to go shop and buy a little drink or something, but I hear you.
Bro, my bad. I swear to you, my bad. But I got you, don't worry. One more question. All right, cool. What would you say your greatest strength is?
My greatest strength?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. There's a couple of them. Adaptability.
Okay. You're good at adapting.
Yeah, because there are times in life you got all the money in the world. There's times in life you ain't got popping.
Yeah.
There's times where you got to move here, move there. You know what I mean? But you got to be able to adapt to circumstances and make an income and make things work regardless.
Okay, cool. So now, I know you work full time.
Do
you work full time?
No. I own businesses. Oh, you know what I mean?
No,
I only just got my.
That's probably me assuming from our conversations we have in the gym. So, what business do you own, and what would you do?
I've got. I can't even talk about that on camera. I think I can't.
Pick one of the hustles that you do that you can talk about.
Skincare business.
Skincare business. All right. So before we dive into that, if you can just point it directly at the camera and show people your.
So for those who don't know,
and
most of you should know by now because it's been going for now 7 years.
Okay.
Kizikamet's been the leading authentic natural luxury skincare brand for a long time now. Obviously was in Hoxton Market for like 2-3 years.
Okay.
Chatsworth Road Market.
Yeah.
Been online, you've seen the videos, you've seen it all on your Instagrams and whatnot.
Right.
A lot of you taking time to invest and, you know what I mean, try the creams out.
We're gonna
got a nice little steady base of.
We're gonna add the link, trust me, we're gonna add the link on the description. So what inspired you to start selling your skincare products?
I went to Cuba.
Okay.
And at the time, I was just coming off like, you know, you just like winding up the road shit, like, boom, what am I doing now?
Yeah.
So I've gone on holiday and I kind of had that one question pertinently on my head.
Okay.
And I don't know if you call it the spirits or whatever, I don't know. But I met a couple of the Haitians over there.
Okay.
And they talked to me about Orishas or whatever.
Okay. Orishas, what's?
So Orishas is, you know, what they call voodoo.
Okay.
So you got voodoo.
Okay.
Which is basically just a system of worshiping nature.
Okay.
And within that, you've got Orishas, who are the spirits of, whether it's the sun, healing, whatever it be, but you've got a different Orishas, Orisha of the oceans.
Yeah.
Once people know like a Ogun.
Yeah. Ogun, I think it's Ogun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the most popular.
Okay.
But there's a whole ton of Orishas.
Right.
And anyway, I was learning about that whole system and it kind of just came to me, like just the thought, set up a natural skincare brand and don't think about it. That was it.
That was it. Right. So what were the biggest challenges when you first started?
I didn't know anything about anything. So everything was a challenge. I've got a thing that if you're doing something, you learn your skills and you build up your own CV as you're doing it. So like learn how to make a website, learn how to make flyers using we call it Photoshop and all of that. Learning how to learning things about registering products, like registering products with the legitimate bodies and that.
Right.
Licensing. It was just a non-stop. It still is a non-stop learning process.
Of course. Of course.
Because all of it is like, it's all new to man.
And has anyone ever doubted your business? You know, when you start, you've got doubters. You're trying to put yourself on. Yeah,
of course. I mean, funnily enough, it's like the people, but you kind of see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Like, and there's always the people that like ain't really got shit going on themselves.
Right.
The only thing that surprises you is how blatant it can be sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you'd think you'd be subtle about it, but
what do you think that is, G? Like why do you think it's always people close to you that doubt your graft, bro? That doubt your vision? Because from my experience, bro, it's always strangers
who
that support
the
you
most.
more.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's every time, bro. So do you know why that is? I don't understand it myself. I try to understand it, but I still don't. So
you know what? So within that scenario, people feel like they know you, but they can never know your capabilities, your thoughts, and everything you've done because they're not with you all the time. They're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They only have a perception of you based on what they take in.
Yeah.
And how their own brains kind of process it.
Okay.
Within the context of this business, I'm not gonna lie, most of my people that was mad supportive.
Right.
Cause I've built that trust up. I've always done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I build that trust. If I'm doing something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I had mad support, but it was just like I say, it's the one or two people.
Yeah.
That is they just had nothing popping, and you
Yeah.
can see why they're doing it, and
Yeah.
like you can literally see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally I can't say that I didn't have support from my people, my community, my friends, family. There's all behind it.
Say no more. And what has been your proudest business moment?
My proudest business moment. That's a good question.
Take your time, bro.
I don't know. I don't know if I can just pinpoint a moment. There have been moments where I guess it's just moments of achievement.
Yeah.
When like shit. Let me really think about that, man. Cause it's everything you do, whether like when you get your website up and running,
Yeah.
you're mad happy.
Yeah.
When you first get your creams, like you get your market stall.
Yeah.
And people are buying, you're mad happy. When you go to festivals and you smash the festivals or
Yeah.
exhibitions, you're happy.
Yeah.
So there's been like a lot of little milestone moments that build pride up. When you get like even little celebrity endorsements, but I don't feel like most people say like, oh, getting this celebrity to do an advert for my thing.
Right.
But I don't feel like I need people to legitimize what I'm doing because they've kicked a football or they've, you know what I mean, been on TV or something.
Okay.
But I could put them down as like proud moments for people to perceive them as proud moments, but they weren't the moments that filled me with the most pride.
Okay.
It was like the achievements of getting to every little step and level.
Right. And what advice would you give someone who's scared to start a business?
Don't be a pussy, innit? Like, scared money don't make money.
Yeah.
Bottom line, and you're gonna live or you're gonna die. That's the bottom line of everything. So, you know you're gonna die. One of the most helpful things to me is having near-death experiences.
Wow.
Because you know you're going to die. So, fuck it, do what you got to do.
Had any near-death experiences?
Yeah.
Swear down.
So, yeah, just get on with it, man. Like, if it fails, it fucking fails, innit? What are you fucking succeeding by sitting down thinking about it? For me, the worst thing to do in life would just be sit down and think about like, oh, what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna do, and 2 years later, you're still thinking about it. Just go do it, man.
Get the job done.
Yeah.
Do you believe like money brings happiness? Because I've been around a lot of millionaires, right?
Been around a lot of millionaires.
A lot, bro.
Introduce me, man. I need some
millionaires
in my circle.
The first one I actually met was he was like he owned. I didn't even know he owned a business until after my interview. And
was he Nigerian?
Nah, some Scottish guy, brother. So I went to this interview. And he was at the cafeteria, so I was, you know me, I'm good with people. Like we're just talking. I had no knowledge of who owned what. Me and this guy was just talking. We had a long conversation, bro, not knowing the guy owned the whole company. And he actually, after the conversation, he went upstairs to tell them, like, give him the job.
Okay.
But I still had to go through the interview. So once I came down, I saw him again. And then he said bye. And then the next day when I came into work, they was like, yeah, this guy's the owner. I was like, oh, okay. So from there, we started talking. And what I realized, people will say, yes, money does bring happiness. But a lot of rich people that I've met, they're not happy all the time, bro.
No one's happy all the time. That's an illusion. I think depending where you're coming from, you come from money will not bring you happiness at all because it's something you don't have that balance of life to understand. Money, what it can do for you. You can do things with money to bring you happiness, but money will not just bring you happiness because it's health, family, love, all the other things you need. And sometimes money can actually push you away. So money with a balance of what to do with money is a good thing.
Right. And what's one life lesson you've learned in your 20s and 30s? Like something that's happened and you're saying, wow, this was actually mad.
Life lessons from 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
This is how fast life moves, man.
Time, innit?
Yeah, time is. You gotta manipulate time.
Yeah.
Don't be a victim of time.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you celebrate birthdays?
I do, but I don't celebrate I don't do the, oh my God, I'm this age now. Heart attack. Oh no, I've got to do this. Got that done. What? Bro, what are you doing?
Trust me, I don't celebrate birthdays, bro.
Nah,
I've
you got,
literally eliminated time
yeah.
out of my life.
And we gotta remember we're in a control system.
Yeah.
So even the whole perception now of like, we're in a very youth-based system, and that's kind of, the purpose of that is kind of not only destroy the bridge between the elders and the information, the knowledge,
Right.
and the young.
Yeah.
But also it kind of like, you get to a certain point and you think, oh my God, on this age, and your body just starts breaking down.
Yeah.
And now you need this and to buy that and to buy this and to buy that to keep going and functioning. You know what I mean?
I know. I hear you. So, have you ever experienced failure that changed you?
Failure that changed me. Oh shit. I thought that's one of my exes looking a real mess. I was like, God damn, what happened? Nah.
Yeah.
We say a failure that changed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, failure. I've had a lot of failures, but you embrace them.
Yeah.
And there's never been a failure where they don't feel like failures to me, and I can't name ones, because if you dwell on the failure,
Yeah.
that's the failure.
Depression.
Yeah, like you just dwell in it like, oh, I failed now. But you use it as a fucking pushboard, then it don't feel like a failure, so I can't.
I use mine as a drive, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I go through something, it's like, cool, now I have to do this.
Yeah.
I have to make it.
Yeah, man.
I don't let nothing break me, G. I mean, you got your days where something happens and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
I could have done better. But I guess if you really want it, bro, you got to use these things as like a tool.
You have to.
And convert it into like positive energy.
Exactly.
That will motivate you.
You can't escape negatives. Negatives will happen, but it's how you use your alchemy to turn the negative to a positive.
Yeah.
And that's the only defining point that you have.
So who inspires you?
Who inspires me?
In your life? Is there anybody in particular in your life that inspires you to keep going?
What, like in my life personally, or that personally. I see like on TV or something?
Anything.
Again, I kind of just take little bits of inspiration from a lot of people.
Okay.
So I'll see someone.
Who's inspired you the most?
There's no way I can say this without insulting people, man. But like, it's no. I'm gonna say my mum, just in case she ever sees this. Cause yeah, if there's anyone to inspire me most, it'd be your mum's, innit?
Mumsy, yeah.
Right, that's someone got forgotten because that flew down. My grandparents, or someone that's dead.
Yeah, I think my nan is definitely one of my biggest inspirations. She changed my views on business. Like she was 75 still running a business, bro.
Oh, for real?
I couldn't believe it. So I did a lot of trips back home to Congo, and I got to see a lot of like real estates. She does like real estates and storage rooms. And at 75, she was building like a second floor storage room.
Okay.
Yeah, so she really inspired me a lot. So when I came back to London, like I was really motivated, man.
Oh, that's big, man.
Trust me. If you could speak to your younger self, what would you say?
Bit of a misnomer, man, because if you can go back and do it all again,
yeah,
you would just, there's always things you're like, I wouldn't have swung a punch there, or I would have there, or I would have said that, and it all kind of falls into those remits.
Yeah.
But I would have probably embraced opportunities I had with both hands. But then again, if you do that and like those things came to fruition, I wouldn't have had the next experience.
Right.
And the next experience and the next experience. So yeah, you know, hindsight's 20/20, innit?
Right, so you got a business now, and guessing one day you want to have like your own shop. So,
No,
do
I
you have
don't.
kids? No?
Shop? No, I could have had a shop time ago, man.
Swear down. Well, you
Well,
think
let me
that's
tell
too
you
much for
something
you?
right now.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Have a look at all this real estate here.
Yeah.
How many owners in this last 2-3 years have you seen in all of this real estate here?
Always changing.
Everyone's got this perception that like getting a shop is something to do now.
Right.
Physical real estate in terms of selling is dead.
Yeah.
Everything gets fucking sold online.
I believe
So
you.
all of these shops, you're paying, they can't pay all these fucking rent. Most of them don't even bother to put signs up because they're not even there for that long now.
Right.
You're paying rent. At a certain point, you realize, shit, my income is not meeting the fucking rent I'm paying because the rent goes
Keeps
up in
going up.
every area extraordinarily. So yeah, it doesn't make sense, man. I've had opportunities to set up shops and like pop-ups and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't see it as something that has a future.
I believe you. Do you believe in like generational wealth?
I believe everyone has their own path.
Yeah.
So certain time you look at like the kids of like rich people.
Yeah.
They're the most distorted, lost people in the world because they don't get to beat their own path, and everyone assumes, okay, you got it made. There's nothing for you to achieve in life because everything is just laid out for you.
Yeah.
And as a human being, that's the most important thing. We have a lot of things kind of put upon us as a society, but are not naturally inclined to what we are as human beings.
Okay.
So you need your journey, man. Generational wealth is beautiful, but the journey is what life is.
Are you trying to leave like a legacy behind, or is that because some people when they're out here on earth, they want to leave like a big name behind or whatever for their kids. So what legacy do you want to leave behind?
When I was young, that was my only focus.
Yeah.
I almost thought you didn't exist if you didn't write your name in the history book, if like no one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you get older and wiser,
Yeah.
you realize that is not it at all. And you know what, bro?
Yeah.
There's been a time when like I thought like the best, but most successful way I can live my life is just get through it without being
So
known.
do you think legacies are like a myth?
I don't know. I think like my view of life and what life is now is different from what it was.
Yeah.
So where I'd be so like caught up on legacy before, now I'm like, bro, you can come and do this life journey again, and you learn from your things in life journey, and like you don't take your legacy nowhere with you.
Right.
And it's kind of just a sign of ego. And the ego is it's a whole heap of nothingness.
I kind of agree with you, bro. I think it's all long, G. Once you're gone, you're gone. And obviously I've experienced a lot of like family war heritage stuff and all them legacy stuff, G. Once you're done, that's it. That's it. So, closing question, bro. Yeah. Just one final question for the viewers and for the people that are watching. What's one piece of advice everyone watching right now should hear today? From Mr. T. From Mr. T from the east side of that London.
One piece of advice.
Just one advice, bro.
Don't let other people define your journey, your life, or who you are.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't do things because they're like, oh, because people think I'm this certain way.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, you can't live your life according to what someone else thinks of you or thinks you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they do that, man. A lot of people's parents don't know who they really are or they're, you know what I mean? They're close friends, and whatever fucking light you got to shine, go fucking shine your light in it. You know what I mean? Like, no one can't. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's it.